3, 2, 1. Today is 29th of May. This episode is going to come out June the 2nd. Episode 180. Woohoo! 180 is the episode with you. It's the first episode of the 5th season. So last week, we completed 4 years of the podcast.
Ah, yeah. And how many million viewers you get now?
Let's say a little less than 1 million.
It's good. Good. No, not much. I was watching on the news, feel like that. Yeah, some people get suddenly some millions again. Yeah. Depends what you show. Yeah. Okay. Good. So what do you want to talk about?
Jérôme Poncet, welcome again to Podcast Maré Sonora. It's a pleasure to have you in the show, my dear friend.
So we had a podcast. I forget that we had a podcast before. Okay, but
when I was there in Beaver Island, a beautiful place in March 2023, I'm super happy you said yes to my simple, humble invitation. And the idea is to share this book that you kindly gave me as a birthday present last year. Il Guia Affonda.
Okay, well, it's not really a gift. Huh? I sent it to you so you can translate because you are fluent in Italian now. So you can tell me what the author was talking about.
A lot of people know you for your beautiful, beautiful trip around the world with Gerard from 69 to 73 on Damien. And surprisingly, not many people know that you also were sailing on Guia 3 from different legs. It was a race that you were you were the skipper. And how did you end up on the boat home? How come you were on board Guia 3?
Guia 3, it started some year before when we were finishing our trip on the first Damien. Anyway, we were still at sea, still doing the trip when Giorgio Falk, the owner of a racing boat from Italy, contacted us because it was the beginning of the first round the world race, first one. So I talk about 1973, and very few people have been sailing in the south and be still alive. I was young, so I was still alive at this time, good. And he was wanting somebody which knows the south. In fact, in this race was only two people who know the south. It was Che Blight, this guy which had been rowing across the Atlantic and things like that, and myself. That's the only people who have been sailing in a south latitude participating to the race. Anyway, so we do part of this race anyway. I do it for Giorgio Falk, very famous Italian sailing guy, and get over thing. And after that, my name was still on, and what it was with Guia 3, it was another proposition for sailing, for making what was called at the time the Atlantic Triangle, starting from Saint-Malo in France, going to Cape Town to Rio, and Rio to Portsmouth, I think. I don't know because I've never been there, but yeah, that was the third leg. And I make the first leg to Cape Town and join the boat again in Rio de Janeiro to make the last leg.
You guys were in 6, you, a lot of Italians, and 1 English, right? How did you communicate? Did you speak in Italian? I mean, you told me you don't speak Italian. How did you understand? I mean, how was life aboard?
I can talk with my hand. Yeah, so it's okay for Italian. It's okay. As a French guy, mélange pas, get a mixture of everything. But, most of people speak French and English, and we can manage with that. So we were on this race, which was the Atlantic Triangle, and we were how many? We are six people, I think. I even forget how much we were, but that's it. And one, as you say, one British, one French, and all the rest Italian.
My volume is back again. So Jérôme, Giorgio di Mola, who wrote this book, Jepson, Vaselina, Pimpeli, and George Marsh. I mean, here we mentioned some names and nicknames as well.
It was 3 Italian, 3, 4, 5. We are 5. I forget.
Yes. Why did you decide to join this?
Well, mainly because the owner of the boat won't rally me in a race, and yes, at this time I was building my second boat. I was paid also for that, so I do it a little bit for money, a little bit for the race. I don't like racing. I don't like it at all, but I like the machine. I like a good boat working very well, and I enjoy that. So this part was really attractive also, to go on a new boat with a very famous designer. So yeah, it was interesting, and that's one of the reasons I joined it.
Yeah, I was curious to ask you about the boat. What do you remember about the boat, size-wise and style?
The boat was very famous boat. It was, in fact, an Australian boat built in cold molded, which is, plain glue or different special construction. But this was wood. And it was very famous because he wins fast net race and different things, Admiral Cup, I think, all the things. And the owner, the Italian owner, buy it after the boat, after the Australian win all everything. And it was a very performant boat. No problem for that. It was good. Not too big. I forget, it was 13, 14 meters, which is quite small boat at the time. Easy to handle with, because if we are 5 people, with 5 people. And we move like that. That's it. Oh, it's a picture of her. Okay. Yeah. Well, she was also, they were not so, this boat at this time, not so, I would say, primitive or not so cruising boat than the first round of the race, but they were in between. It was still a lot of comfort inside, big toilet, big thing. All these things which have disappeared now in a race, in sort of boat we make the race. Actually, they are on dry food. They have no toilet, just a bucket. We were quite comfortable aboard, and it was nice looking inside. It was wood looking. It was a beautiful boat inside. Yeah, more than still look like a cruising boat inside, at least.
So you did the first leg and the third leg. The third leg when you left from Rio de Janeiro, Brazil, in 76, right? It was 76, 77.
No, not so far. 74, maybe. That's all. 4, 5.
Yeah.
Maximum.
In March, I know the day, March 9, and the accident happened. The orca appearance was March the 10th.
Well, I don't remember, but I trust you. It must be that. Yeah. Must be. Yeah. As you say, killer whale, orca, appears. Well, it appears. We don't see it. Nobody sees it. I was sleeping, personally. Some guy was at the wheel, and boom, here there was a big bang. Big. So he looked up because he thinks the mast was going down, but it's not the mast. But I still remember what he said, and he looked on the deck and already saw the front of the boat dipping in the water. That's 1 second after the bang. Yeah. And I understand quickly why. because on this boat you have a sort of small passage inside to go in the front. At this time I was awake. I go to the front, and here, between two ribs, ribs are obviously to reinforce the boat vertically, and which were about 60 centimeters wide apart. On the 1 meter height was a hole of 1 meter high, 60 centimeters wide. And this was a blue sea, just a boat, and the water was pouring inside. Which means later on, after calculation, several tons a second go in there. So the time to block a bit this hole was a piece of wood which I pushed back. And because I was in front of the boat, there was at this time all the sail were inside the boat in front, and it was a big bag of spinnaker and things like that. At least put the spinnaker in front of the huge hole to slow down the water. And I think it certainly slowed down the thing, but I think it was already too late. I mean, the time to reach the hole in the boat was maybe 20 seconds or something like that. And in 20 seconds was already 20 tons of water inside the boat.
Wow.
And the boat was finished, was condemned at this time. And the nose of the boat was already underwater. That's it. So,
yeah. It was, I remember reading the book, it's like it took around 15 minutes to completely go down.
That's an interesting one because nobody knows exactly. I've been also in other circumstances in sort of dramatic situation, and it's very difficult to know how long unless you look at your watch. And we did not look at the watch. We just try to do things. So it's maybe more a matter of remembering what we have been doing, how long we have been trying to save material and do things. Yeah, it should be 10 minutes. It's 15, maybe 10. It was not very long.
When you were hit by the orca, you had just finished your watch, right? You were with 2 more people on board.
I was sleeping.
You were sleeping. Yeah.
Sorry. I don't remember what dream I was, but I was certainly dreaming of beautiful girls, or I don't know what I was, but I was completely asleep. This sort of racing, it's in a sense, it's quite boring because you make 4 hours of watch and 4 hours of sleep and 4 hours of watch, and so on and so on. So you don't really get 4 hours of sleep. You get a bit less because you have time to eat, to do a few other things. But you try to catch up with the sleep as much as you can. So, yes, I was asleep. I did not hear nothing. I just heard the noise. Italian shooting. Italians are good for shooting. Yeah. Okay. So I know what's something wrong.
And Giorgio also mentions how quick you were to go on the deck once you realized something was wrong. Like you literally went super, super quick to check out outside.
Yes, but I was super, super young and beautiful and fast. Now I'm a bit slower to go on the deck. Yes, change. But no, of course, when you are young, you jump, you do it, and yes, and because I was a skipper, suddenly you say, oh, okay, I'm skipper. I have to say something. And okay, I ordered the life raft to be put in the water first, because the boat was sinking, and we know that. After we realized that, we try a bit to put a sail also, it was a waste of time, but anyway, that's my fault. Tried to put a sail outside of the hole, but it was too late. It could have been good at the beginning. You managed to put a canvas, a sail or whatever on the hole, and with the pressure of the water, this will block or stop the water to go inside. But it was too late. It was too late. It was too much water, which pushed back the thing. It did not work. So our main occupation was because the dinghy was quickly alongside the boat. Main occupation was to save stuff, food, water, whatever we can find. Yeah, we try really hard to do that. But we do that right to the end. And I managed to save my cigarette, which was the most important thing. At the back of the boat. The back of the boat was starting to be out of the water, because the boat leaning with the front, aiming for the bottom of the ocean.
What else did you manage to save apart from the cigarettes?
We save a lot of cans at this time. When you think about it, thanks to it's different now. When you think you get the distress values, you get different things. But at this time, we are selling with cans, with fruits, of everything, plenty heavy stuff. We have even arm for Parma arm, all sort of things. I don't know. I don't remember we saved the Parma arm, but we were more oriented on the food, and the water was quickly done. It was only half a jerrycan, which was full of water. The rest was in a tank already under seawater. We cannot save it. So we are very short in fresh water. Everybody saved something. In fact, we did not save any passport or anything like that. We are more interested in the food or whatever. And at the end, but later on, when we find all ourselves in a life raft, it was pretty good amount of stuff, because we've been doing that at least the last 5-8 minutes or more. I don't know, just putting stuff. We put the life raft, I would say, in the water, and the youngest one of us was a little 19-year-old guy. Yeah. I said, go, okay, you go inside. The life raft was tied to the boat anyway. And he was there and was checking and receiving all the stuff we can find on the boat. Inside the boat, we start bit by bit. We have to dive to get things getting out. And, well, it's a little story, but when the life raft started to be in the water, this young guy jumped in it. It was okay, and the life raft was still inflating. And one moment, this young guy called me and said, Jérôme, is a leak. Well, he's Italian. He said, Jérôme, it's a leak. Okay, well, I was busy doing everything. Say, okay, put your hand on it and stop it. Okay. So he put his hand on it. Fortunately, he was clever enough to realize that blocking the leak, air leak, the life raft was starting to be very hard, ready to blow up. In fact, it was the leak was coming from the safety valve, if you want. When this sort of life raft inflated, they inflate from a CO2 bottle, compressed gas, and fill. But it's not calculated to be just perfect. It's calculated to pass the limit. Yeah. And when the pressure is on, the valve fills. If you blow it, you can blow up the thing. And I think he saved our life. I mean, if he ever not think about that, hold it as I told him. If you never listen to your skipper. If you have hold it, boom, and I will not be here to talk on this beautiful podcast things. Well, so yeah, he said. But in the same time, we were busy on the deck, inside, getting stuff out and things. And I have to mention about this killer whale. We did not see them when it happened. Even the guy outside was staring, he did not see anything. He just get the bang. Nobody, we get the bang, we get the thing. And suddenly we saw that when the boat was sinking slowly, it was a big male killer whale with, the one with a big fin, about 1 inch from the boat, alongside. He was there, alongside the boat, just waiting. Well, again, you don't take picture. At the time, we don't get a smartphone or things like that. Okay. But we are looking, he's there. And you do other thing you have to do. And the other thing we have to do was, as I say, save anything we want. I personally remember, you asked what we would take, but I take some piece of wood, a knife, or little thing, because I was thinking to make some game for the long drift ahead of us or something like that. And the other thing was the British guy aboard, which was a radio operator, was talking on the radio. The radio was, by chance, quite high on the shelf, about, very high in the level. So the radio was dry, was still working. And all this happened in daylight, midday, was 10 degrees north of the equator, so right in the tropic, was warm, was nothing bad. And going down inside the boat, getting stuff out, still get some vision of what it was. Was this water, was this boat full of water inside, splashing everywhere? And was this guy with water at the west level, talking to this radio and saying, Mayday, Mayday, Mayday. It was like in a movie. Anyway, it was quite impressive. A good movie, with the color, with the light, with the thing. Yeah. Really, something you feel alive when you see that. You feel something's happened. I think something was happening. In fact, we were thinking, but it was happening. Yeah, it's quite good. And what else? After a while, we saw also some other killer whale around. And it was a female, all around. So all the pod, a killer whale, as we know now, it is pod. They are group, family, and everything, which was there, which have and stay around the boat when she was sinking.
You were the last one to leave the boat.
Captain, Captain, leave the boat, last one. Yes, no, I get that in mind. True. Plus, there was no hurry again. It was no dramatic thing. Nobody was hurt. It was nice and warm with everything. And last thing, and the boat, as I say, sink by the front. At the end, it become vertical. Well, Titanic-like, exactly. In fact, but was no orchestra to sing or but just thinking like that. Which make at the end, I still remember, I stand up on the, what do you call it, the board at the back of the boat, standing up, and the boat sink under my feet. And I have to swim because there was no more boat, nothing. And the life raft was about 20 yards away. Swim to the life raft. And that's it. Disappearance of a very nice boat, good order, gone. That's it. We don't see anymore. Was not a bit floating. Was nothing, and it was no more killer whale. They look to have followed it a bit. We never see the killer whale again. Never. They were maybe a bit ashamed or something. I don't know. They did not come from, talk with us. Did not do anything.
Interact.
Yeah, nothing. Yes.
Giorgio di Mola, he writes that at some stage before the appearance of the whales, they saw some flying fish, and then Jepso said, maybe when a lot of flying fish come to the boat, it's a sign. And then not much longer later, it happened. I remember reading that part.
Interpretation, but Jepson is a Napolitan fisherman, d'origine, basically fisherman or everything. And ready to believe any story. No, because in this sort of latitude is a lot of flying fish. And in fact, yes, the guy at the wheel said he was a lot of flying fish. But, when it's tuna around, you see also a lot big fly of flying fish. Maybe they fly in front of the killer whale. So we come to the reason why they do that. At this time, it was not very much well known that killer whale attack a boat. It was a little bit. There've been some story before, especially in the Pacific after Panama, around the Galapagos or something like that. This family we spent 100 days on a raft drifting, and that was a killer whale also, which make a hole. So it's happened a few times. Maybe it's happened more when the people die and disappear, because we did not die, so we can say the story now. But if we had died, nobody would have known that a killer whale sink a boat. But it was quite rare. Well, it was definitely very rare, I think. Say don't do that everywhere, except, and I'm sure you are going to come to me with this thing, which was happening around Portugal and south of Spain and Gibraltar Strait. Yeah, that's a new thing. The way I talk about it is new, and it's a problem of a few pod, not a few group do that. It's not all the killer whale will do it. I've seen plenty of a killer whale before and after. I say before also. Before I remember with my first boat, which was also a cold-molded wood boat. It's maybe time to talk about the impact. The killer whale are known to be banging whales. They get a technique, even attacking big whale until even the big one like a humpback whale or this sort of thing. And I've seen them attacking mink whale also. And they get the technique is to bang on the jaw of the whale. Boom, a big bang. And for that, you have to imagine what a bull, for example, is able to do. When you see a bull with this big bone here, and it can go full speed, bam, and bang. And the male killer whale are the same. They can go full speed and bang. They are, I forget the weight, but they are several tons, several tons, full speed, boom, you go. On a steel boat, they will make a dent, I think. But a dent, that's all. They cannot go full. Problem here was a wooden boat, especially cold molded boat, are known to be very strong altogether. It's a plywood boat, in fact. Cold molded is a plywood made in the shape of the boat, in fact. And that's very strong, like any plywood is strong, but not too much at the impact. On one place, if you take a big pick or big sledgehammer on a piece of plywood, you maybe can go through. You will not break the full piece, but you can make a hole somewhere. It's what happened on the boat. They bang, and it go between two reinforcement, vertical reinforcement, but the wood collapsed in between the two reinforcements. All the boat was no problem, no structure was strong, everything. The problem was just a big hole, and all too big to save the boat, to get the boat saved. Impossible. So that's their technique, banging. They do that. I don't talk about the Gibraltar thing because I don't know exactly what they do, because they look to be different and interested to the rudder or something like that. It's a bit slightly different comportment. But it showed me is one theory. We don't know why they've done that on Guia, on this boat. One theory for me is because we were beating, going against the wind, the boat don't go straight, you just turn a bit on the right, turn a bit on the left. It's what you do, playing with the wave at the wind, you follow like that. And it's well possible that this pod, this group of killer whale, where we see male and female, we did not spot any baby one, but did not mean they were not here, was maybe some baby one also. And it's possible, it's a pure theory, but I imagine them coming to us, the boat turning a bit on the right, killer whale getting around, and the boat turning on the left, blocking their way. It's well possible that our boat have seemed to attack them or to block them. And the big male say, okay, you won't play, boom. That's my answer. Uh, it's one theory. Don't see anything else because they did not attack us. They did not do. Well, so far, no, as you know, no killer whale have attacked human people except someone in captivity. But in a wild, it's have never happened so far. Never. They attack boats, I think, but not the people. And we were proof of it. We are swimming. Being close to it, they could have attacked us as much as they want, but they don't do that. So what's the reason? As I say, I get this theory, maybe some other one, but I don't know.
When you guys were on the life raft, you were trying to get rid of useless stuff because the life raft was packed. Do you remember that moment when you were like organizing to be fairly comfortable while on the life raft?
I don't know. Is it what Giorgio di Mola have right? I told you to translate the word because I don't remember that. I don't remember the throwing thing out. You are on a small life raft. It was 2 meters across with a volume. So inside was 1.50 meters across. I think the circle in for 5 people. And I think everything we get aboard was very precious. We were in the middle of the Atlantic. We know exactly in middle, meaning that we were as far as Africa than South America. Just about in our latitude, I was hoping because with the northeast, easterly trade wind anyway, we were going to America, South America, maybe in the direction of French Guiana or this sort of thing. Would have been good to arrive in French Guiana because I speak French, but well, could have been somewhere else. Yeah, and it was far away, very, very far away. So we were drifting. We don't know for how long. My small calculation was at the best 1 month of drifting before coming close to the coast. 1 month, just guessing that it's half knots of current, so the current going this way. It was trade wind, 20 knots, 15 knots, 20 knots, 25 knots. So still the boat move also drifting. So that's the first thing we do is to take away the sea anchor because this life raft, they are made to stay where when the boat sinks, you stay and keep you alive for the time of the rescue come. It was the idea of a life raft. But the rescue will come if you call them. At this time was no satellite system or anything like that. The only thing we get was a radio. And the radio is one frequency for emergency, 218, something like that, which is good alongside the coast. I think you don't go more than 200 miles, less than that. So we are middle of the ocean. Nobody was there, nobody at all. So this don't work. And we were in radio contact with the other people of the race, the other boats. But that was just at one time in a day. Forget which time, but it was one time. And you can call them. Nobody was listening because at this time people said the energy was no energy. It was difficult to keep that. Anyway, so it was just so that. So in spite of this beautiful picture of my British radio operator calling Mayday, 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 with a good song, good voice, it was perfect playing. Nobody was listening at all. So, and we know that. We were by our own. So lift up the sea anchor because it's a sea anchor to make the boat, the life raft drift as less as possible. And we take that out so we won't drift fast to South America to see the girls or whatever. We don't mean just to go ashore. It was the only hope. One little problem was the water. We need rain. We need a lot of rain, and it will come. And I get a little mail if you want. Tamara Klink. Okay, good. I will see that later. Good. Yes. So what do I think? I forget what I say. Tamara, close me.
You were saying you're talking about the sea anchor that you got rid of it.
Yeah, say a bit more after that. I don't know.
Then you might end up in some South America beach to see some beautiful ladies in South America. That's what you're saying exactly.
Yeah, we were hoping to go there. Yeah, no. Okay, yeah. So I come to the problem. The problem was that water, we get something like 10, 15 liters. That's not very much. It was a bit more for liquid. With all the cans, we had quite a lot of cans of fruits, different things, which contain, basically a lot of water or something, or liquid. And that's all. So at food point of view, we could have hold at least 15, 20 days easy. Then after that, we have to eat one of us slowly. Yeah, and but the water was a big problem. Anyway, as again I say, you find yourself in a life raft, you are not hurt, it's nice and warm. So far at the moment, we have no problem. Yeah, there's no problem in imagination, but there's no problem on the spot, on the thing. So yeah, start to drift and start to organize watch, because this life raft are covered with get a tent above and a little opening window. And somebody was in front of the window regularly, changing every 2 hours or whatever it was, and looking around. See, we have to do that, and we do that. We do other things also. We get flares, and yes. These flares, I'm still thinking about it. One of my mistake again. We get this British guy, which was there, and which had been a military guy. And because he had been military forming, he said, what they learn in their formation is that if something happens, if you are in big trouble, you can send a flare, and you have, I forget, so many percentage to be seen. It's in the rules of the military life. Yeah. Okay. And you say, well, at the page 23 of the perfect military guy, you send a flare, and you have 30% of chance to be safe. So he says that. Wow. It's full daylight. Don't know. You don't want to send the flare. We will keep the flare, is precious. But all my other companion, oh yes, it's a good idea. So I say yes. And it was a big mistake, because first we lost the flare, and secondly, the flare go up. It was a red one too. It's a parachute flare, they go down slowly. So everybody was looking at the flare going down. Puff! And the flare touched the water, and people wait 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 seconds, and nothing happened. Of course, nothing happened. Yes, nobody come to save us, and that was bad for the morale, because I see some people start crying. Yes. And that's where the mistake was there, to kill the morale. Anyway, we start to drift slowly and go on. And I was thinking how to make a hook. I was thinking how to play a bit of wood to make a game of chess or whatever you want, or something like that, to occupy ourselves. We were just at the start, a few hours after go. And I remember also we opened a can, which was another mistake. Plenty of mistakes. From the rules of when you are like this and lost at sea, and when it just happened, you don't eat. You don't eat the first day, because you have been eating before, and you don't need to eat. It's a bit of waste of food. You have to wait until you are a bit angry. But anyway, with a can of mais. How do you call it? Mais. You know mais? Is what you call it?
Sweet corns.
Sweet
Milho.
corn, voilà.
Milho
Sweet,
verde.
sweet melody, sweet corn. Okay, sweet corn. Yeah, 1 box of sweet corn. I forget it was a 1 kilo one or a small one, but yeah, I think it was a small one. Sorry. But sweet corn, it gets water inside, gets a thing, and I think I had a spoon or something like that. Okay, I just play my role of skipper, open the boat, take 1 spoon, and serve everybody with exactly the same amount, everybody. Serve myself at the end. And I still remember that. It was, okay, you get that in mind. It's fantastic. You eat. Food becomes very, very precious. And you chew it a lot. Keep it. Normally you eat that in half a second, but that you keep it 1 minute in the mouth, eating, thinking about the goodies of things, just well mashed, so it go in your body. And poof, with 1 spoon, you had a good feel. Yeah. Psychological, maybe, but it was very important. Yeah, it was quite fun. So that's the only time we eat, in fact, because after that we don't need to eat. Voilà.
Fortunately, you spent less than a day. Oops, hang on, it's raining. It's raining now. It's not raining yet.
Yes, yeah, no, I see that it's raining. Yeah.
No, it's a false alarm. There's some thunderstorms, but not rain yet. But you guys stayed.
It's raining.
In the Falklands, it's raining? Or are you joking?
No, it's still winter. It's raining. It's very wet winter so far. Okay.
So yeah, fortunately you stayed less than a day until being rescued, right?
Well, although it's fortunate, but it's fact. No, it could have been more fun to stay a bit longer, but we cannot enjoy it as naufragé. How do you say naufragé in English?
Naufrágio.
Yeah,
Naufrágio in Portuguese.
And in English?
Shipwreck. Shipwreck is
shipwreck. Okay, maybe shipwreck. Yeah. Anyway.
Losing the boat, like a boat sinking. I don't know. I think the word is shipwreck, right, in English, or naufrágio. Let me double check here. But yeah, I would like to ask you about the moments of seeing the vessel who rescued you and Hellenic ideal, right? Greek ship.
That's it. Yeah. Naufrage, perte de navigation. I'm still looking at naufragé.
Me too. I'm checking.
Which is the fastest translator? Naufrage.
Yeah. Shipwreck.
Just shipwreck.
Shipwreck.
Yeah, people are shipwreck and shipwreck is a naufrage or so. Yeah, okay, I got it. My God, I lost you. Where are you? Yes, you are here. Okay, all right. Recording 50. That's 52 minutes and 31 seconds that you are recording already.
No, it's actually 46:10.
Ah bon. No, I've been recording a lot before. Ah bon. Okay. So what happened? So we were there drifting. I forget exactly. Maybe Giorgio will remember at what time of the day it's arrived, but it was midday or for me. I cannot guarantee that, but something like that. And the night was coming.
If I'm not wrong, I think he said something like 18 hours that you guys stayed.
I think it's that. Midday, 12 hours will be midnight. Yeah, something like that. More was in tropics, so it was night, not at night at 4 o'clock. If it's around 4 o'clock in the morning, somebody maybe remember what time we've been rescued, but I don't know. But yeah, something like 4 o'clock at night. Anyway, everybody was finding his place on the life raft. And I can tell you that 5 people is We are 5. Sorry, let me get one.
6, right? You, Giorgio di Mola, Jepson, Vaselina, Pimpeli, and Giorgio Marsh.
That's 6.
Right, 6 of you.
Yeah, I say 5. We are very 6. So that makes the life raft even smaller. 6. Yes. 5. 6 of us. I think it's 1.50 meters across in the bottom, inside the float thing. And was one guy, Jepson was right. He was a short guy, 1.50 meters, was sleeping right in the middle. The other one was on the side. I remember I was quite happy to find a place on the. I don't know, you call them, on the floating round thing of the dinghy. So just at top, and you sleep in a curve, but it was okay, and I was sleeping quite well. Everybody make his watch. I was the last one to make the turn to make the watch. So it was a very short time after we sing. We had some time in the day to organize things and to decide the watch. Okay, and that's when Pimperley, because that's his name, called me, and he was on watch, and he said, man, I see some light, but I think they are stars. Okay. I wake, and I go and have a look. And what I see was red and green light from a big ship. About what it was, half a mile away. So that's all, not far. Going almost on us, not quite, but yeah, almost, just passing. Big old panic, and we send flare, precious flare. We send them. Okay. Flare go up, and the ship passed. I think my guess from that is 100 meters from us or something. Full speed, and disappear on the horizon. Wow. And that was bad for some people aboard the life raft. That's it. Finished. We are dead. Gone. Did not see us. Which would not have been surprising that they don't see us. Some other people, quite a lot, in fact, get a story like that, drifting. I remember one, it's plenty, but I remember one drifting in a Mediterranean on a life raft and seeing 3 or 4 boats, ships, having flares, and nothing happened. Because this ship, in fact, we know after, was going 16 knots, which is quite fast. And at night, you get one guy watching, And the guy is not watching everywhere. He can be reading a book. He can go to the toilet. It's happened. If he's constipated, it can last a long time. Yeah, it's variable. And he miss you. Fortunately, this one was not constipated, was not reading a book, and was watching in the right direction. And he saw a flare. So after that, we learned why this boat disappeared. It disappeared because this big cargo ship, it was coming from Cape Town, going to New York, and they run at sea on heavy fuel. It's called heavy fuel, the fuel which is heavy. Still float on the water when the boat lost it. But anyway, it's heavy fuel. And to slow down the engine and maneuver, they have to pass on light fuel. For that, you can imagine on the engine, you close the valve of the heavy fuel, you open the valve of the light fuel, which has to go right through the engine. And when it's okay, that's it. You can down the speed and turn and come back. It's what he do. But he was at 60 knots, he was disappearing. We don't see him anymore. But he reappeared on his own. He reappeared. And we sent some other flare. This time, of course, everybody was awake on the boat, certainly. And the S.O.S, they slowed down. They were very close from us. But they were still moving about 1 knot, something. And they sent a line, some device to send a line for somebody which on the water or something like that. It's a big, small line, but it's quite strong. And yeah, good shot. People grabbed the line aboard, but the big ship was still moving 1 knot. And 1 knot for a life raft. With everybody holding the line, it makes the life raft start to go in the water and get water inside. And so we let go. So the main ship slowed down a bit more, put a launch, a safe boat or whatever, they put that in the water and come to get us. We jump aboard, we even set the life raft, we all go alongside the boat, climb up the ladder which are alongside the boat, and that's it. We were on a Greek boat, as I say, going from Cape Town to New York. So next destination was not Portsmouth or whatever it was, because I don't know, I've never been there. It was New York. That's where we go. We go there.
And on board, how was it on board the Greek vessel? Do you remember the reaction of the people on board? Because Giorgio mentions how nicely treated you were all, how friendly everybody were with you all.
Of course. Any captain or any crew is quite pleased to save shipwrecked people that we were. So the time, don't happen every day. So it's a good opportunity, good thing. And of course, I forget what we certainly eat Greek. It was at this time the Greek boat were not a good reputation, but this one was quite modern boat and good thing. And we go in direction of New York. It was still completely forget how many days it was, but we are not close from New York. We are still a long way to go. We passed through the Bermuda Triangle, where we get a big storm. The boat, I was very impressed. The boat, wow, a big ship banging a wave, and you can see, in the pilot house, you can see it moving like that. In fact, later on, we learned that the boat was damaged by this storm, really badly damaged. Badly break some steel work inside. But we did not sink a second time. Thanks God. So we arrived in New York with a T-shirt for me. I think I get a trunk. I was not naked, not ready. That's about all. Again, no passport, nothing. Okay. And, sure, of course, American authorities make something. We can go ashore straight away. No problem. There was no problem. And we were invited by the organizer, people which organized the race was a Whitwed. Whitwed is a big mark of beer or something, which tried to use it to get some publicity in the States. So it was a bit of TV, a bit of thing, and most of it they put us in a Waldorf Astoria. Waldorf Astoria is a big hotel in New York where generally the president go when they are in New York and so on. And we were in a Waldorf Astoria with unlimited budget. Was good. So I can get a bit more than a T-shirt and a swimming trunk. And we'll stay a week or so. A good time and with some, of course, meeting some friends, people they know in New York, and we go out and visit this terrible city. Voilà.
I remember one part that Giorgio mentions that I don't know who exactly, but you guys were on the car, living in the car, entering the hotel, and there were some young ladies, and somebody said, "Oh, look at the Barbies! These are the Barbie girls," and some guests entering through the same place towards the hotel, and some of you guys said this funny comment, "Look at the Barbies," and the Barbies look at you guys because of the way you were just being rescued, and it was a very funny moment or something like that. I can't remember exactly who said that.
Oh, I can remember either, but yeah, sure, we are coming from another planet for them, of course.
And then from there, did you go back to France to continue working on Damien too?
I go back to Italy first with everybody. In fact, was a flight for Italy. I don't know if it's interesting, but when we arrived, okay, the American custom and immigration make everything all right, you know, quickly, in fact. And but still, we have no passport. For the Italian, because it was a flight going to Italy, they get a sort of temporary passport, no problem. The British guy go to British embassy, get a passport straight away. And the French guy, who was me, go to the French embassy. And they say, no, we cannot give you a passport. So I said, come on, the Italian gets something. The British guy gets a passport. He said, yes, monsieur, c'est la France. It is the French. It's different. Okay, I learned that it was different from everything. Well, finally, I get it. I had some French decoration, if you want, French medal. And I say, okay, I get this medal because I'm not sailing, and now I am sailing and I'm shipwrecked, and you don't want to help me. You know? You have to decide what you want. You know, you want to give a decoration to people who sail, or you want to surprise them for yourself. And that changed everything. Okay, and they give me a passport very quickly. That was interesting. That's it. So I fly to Italy, to Giorgio, not Di Mola, but Giorgio Falk, which was the owner of the boat. And yeah, you're the time a bit sad to. Sure, it was not my fault. I was a skipper, but it's not my fault to lose the boat. But it's still annoying. You're in charge of the boat, and you come back without one, nothing, gone. Yeah, but okay, Giorgio was a very rich man. He said, no problem. I have already contacted the same designer, and it's another boat on the construction already. Okay. So then I fly back to France and finish my overboat. Me too. And sail away from all this story and people. That's it. End of story. And I'm still alive.
I was amazed because the first time I heard about this story was Carmen Balot. She said, Marina, Jérôme has lost a boat one time. Do you know this story? And I said, no. And then you never told me when we were sailing, when we were traveling. And then eventually for my birthday, this book arrives. I'll show you again. S.O.S Il Guia Affonda. And then I'm browsing through the pages and I see this photo.
Oh, what a beautiful guy. Oh, I got a lot of hairs and and not too bad looking, huh? Not too bad.
Still a very big mustache, right? You never lose the mustache.
Yes. But it's black. It's black, huh?
And there's another one. Let me show another one. Super nice one too.
That's some of my picture I got saved. I get the camera. Yeah, I managed to get the camera aboard, and I take a picture of everybody, and somebody takes a picture of me. Yeah,
and it says one of the few.
A bit more worries.
Yeah, because it says here a few of the photos taken in the life raft after the boat was lost. That's the information that next to the photo in Italian. That amazing.
That's exchange, because of the iPhone. Because it changed a lot, especially for now you can get some watertight one, and you have seen what's happened in the world when we are with
les bateaux.
Oui. Très beau bateau, très beau. Yeah, beautiful.
It's really awesome.
Yeah, as well said, people take picture of anything, and I think if it was this day, you will have picture of the killer whale, of the oil, of everything.
We GoPro underwater images.
Yeah, and we are not in a mind of taking picture. I had on the first boat we had some bad moment, really bad. And we have even in the last part of the trip we had a camera, 16mm camera, and all sort of thing. When we know it would have been fantastic image, but we did not want to touch anything, touch an image, place where we were surviving, we're fighting for our life. We don't want, no, forget about taking image. Absolutely no idea.
Thank you all so much for listening to this chat. If you want to check out the entire conversation, have a look at the link in the description of this episode. Basically, you have to subscribe directly on YouTube for a very, very small monthly fee. By subscribing, you can get access to all previously recorded chats, and you can check out the next one always one day earlier. That's it for now. I see you all in the next episode, and until then, fair winds to all of you. Muito obrigada para você que chegou até aqui em mais um episódio do canal. E agora então eu dou um recado final. Se você quiser conferir esse bate-papo completo, dá uma olhadinha no site podcastmariasonora.com na seção Apoie. Lá você vai ver que pode fazer uma contribuição através do Pix, ser um assinante através do Apoia-se ou então diretamente no YouTube. Sendo um assinante, você confere todos os bate-papos completos já lançados e os próximos antecipadamente. Isso mesmo, aproveitar o seu sábado desfrutando de uma conversa inspiradora. A gente se vê então no próximo programa e eu desejo a todos vocês bons ventos.